watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you...
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hello!
Do it like that.
Hello!
Yeah, like that.
Hello!
Not like that.
No, that was awful.
The one you did when I wasn't...
Hello!
Okay, save it for when it's on.
Sorry.
God, you know, I turn off the microphone and you're like, gold. I turn the microphone on and I get, ah! Seriously, ready?
Hello! That was an idiot. Damn it. Hello!
That was it. All right. This is the one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, do it like hey. All right, you ready from hey?
Hey.
Now.
Hello. Hey.
Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hello.
Throughout my career, I've met a lot of different people. This one right here used to headline Chuckles and Eastside and all these clubs. If you remember Claudia Sherman, Google her, she used to come out with a wedding dress and talk about how her wedding went all awry and this and that. She is here, when a comedian comes to see another comedian, that is the biggest honor a comedian can get. And I'm honored that you're here tonight. I love Claudia. Claudia Sherman, back in the day, was a great stand-up comic. We used to do all the clubs around the tri-state area, Long Island, New Jersey, Connecticut, all the clubs. Governors in Levittown. It's going to be a phenomenal night at Governors in Levittown.
Hi, I'm Claudia. I'm with the Down Now.
It's called the Down and Out, and she's doing a show in the Giggle Room. When are you doing that? October 5th. Governors in Levittown. Go to govs.com for your tickets.
With the Down Now.
A lot of great comedians, a lot of laughter, good food. Governors in Levittown, get your tickets now. Govs.com. Throughout my career, I've met a lot of different people. This one right here.
Hi, everybody. It is Wednesday. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. We are on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Knockem Dead Comedy Show on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page. If you like, you can follow the Facebook page. I don't know what he's doing. Please, if you're on the Facebook page, follow the Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up. No matter which page you're on, please share the link to all your socials. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. The Knockem Dead Comedy Show is here. We have a special guest today. He's been here before. I've been trying for a long time to get him back on the show as a guest. John Rusciello commented, "Good morning, Tony. I see your part-time co-host came today." Oh, John, you were the one who said don't call him a co-host. I've been trying to get him on here.
Wait, I got demoted?
Well, at John's request. No, you have not been demoted. Calm, easy. Take a breath. It's all right. But how about that picture I posted of you? You look mad in that picture.
But you know what that picture is from. See, you don't know what that picture
is
from. You do. What is it from?
It's from a debate.
It
like a meeting of you and your opponent when you were running for your position.
Yes, it was a screening.
A screening?
A screening between the superintendent and myself to be Times Beacon Record is a big newspaper on the North Shore, Setauket, Stony Brook.
Okay.
And they wanted to know who they were going to endorse. So I was on fire that day, yes.
I can tell from that picture.
Not happy, yeah.
You guys were there together?
Yeah, he was sitting right next to me.
So it was kind of like a debate, kind of.
Yes and no. It was more of a screening because they were asking me questions, asking him questions.
Oh, it wasn't like one question and
no.
Okay. But I'm sure you two took some shots at each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He didn't take no shots at me.
Really?
What shots can anybody take at me?
Oh, I got a list.
I have a pristine record.
Oh no, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I mean like just as far as like your policies or you know. Like why he's running against you, like he wants to spend money, you know that type of stuff.
Yeah, he did say a negative thing. Well, Mr. Kaplan thinks, he's still thinking too much like a soldier. He's got to learn how to delegate.
Oh my goodness!
What?
Was he a soldier?
No.
Exactly. So shut up.
He's a soldier at the Chinese buffet every Friday night. That's pretty good, wasn't it?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You should have said it that day.
I should have.
You looked really mad in that picture.
I did get the endorsement from that newspaper.
Nice.
I did.
Because they were scared of you after that.
Still, they were scared. Still lost, though. Still lost.
Yeah, still lost. Well, if you didn't lose, I'd have Mr. Lascalia. What's his name?
Lasquadro.
Ooh,
How do you get Lascalia from Lasquadro?
I'm lucky I remember your name.
Who are you?
Right.
Where am I?
Yeah, so
I do have a question.
Oh, sure.
Why is the air conditioning on 64 in here?
What should it be on?
Maybe-
You're not going to put air
maybe
conditioning on
70?
80.
Not 80, but 70?
70? That's
I gotta
better?
bring my park in next Wednesday.
You've been in here complaining about how cold it is when the air conditioner isn't on.
No, I have
Yes,
not.
you have.
I don't believe it.
It's true. Not that it really... I'm surprised, though, because, you're hardly ever here, so it's hard to really tell.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Can we start with a joke?
You have one?
I do.
Let's do it.
And you know what?
What?
I told Tris the joke, and I said, I'm going to tell Tony tomorrow. And I said, knowing him, he's heard so many jokes, he may have heard it.
Oh. All right.
Right?
Okay.
So, and I know people out there probably have heard it. So, it's a little interactive joke.
Oh.
So, on this hand,
Yeah.
there's a beautiful blonde, a beautiful brunette,
Okay.
and a beautiful redhead. Beautiful, beautiful women, right?
Sure.
So, I want you just put in your mind the feeling you have when you make love,
Oh.
right?
Okay.
So, with that said, can you pick up the blonde?
So I'm actually reaching over to pick her up?
Yes. Pick up the blonde.
I scooped her. Did you see that?
Put it. No, just go like this.
Oh,
because she's
all right.
little, and put her next to your cheek. Does it have the feeling of when you're making love?
All right. Well, first off, let me redo this because the camera can't see what we're doing.
Okay.
So, what did you want me to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, you started going like this.
Now, does it have the sensation of when you're making love?
No.
Okay, so put her back, please.
This is going to be a masturbation joke.
Now, you're a dick. Now pick up the brunette. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Now do the same thing. Does it have the feeling of when you're making love?
No.
No? No. Can you put her back, please?
Okay.
Now the redhead. We both love redhead. Oh,
Sure.
we love redhead. So pick up the redheaded woman, please. Now do the same. She's beautiful now.
Takes a red-headed woman.
There you go, Tom Waits. And
That's a Tom Waits song? Oh, that's right. You told me that. I forgot.
now rub it. See? Rub it.
Rubbing.
Does it have the feeling of when you're making love?
No.
Okay, now
Yeah,
put her back.
Put it back.
Now, since none of them did it for you,
Yeah.
can you pick them all up?
With
Pick
pleasure.
them all up.
Got them?
Now shake them.
Now it feels... I would like to feel all three of them making love to me. That would be
Me
nice.
too.
Wow.
You know, you say I'm never smiling. I'm very happy today. And, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
Laugh.
Oh, what are you going to do?
You know, there's this old saying.
Okay.
Laugh and the world laughs with you.
Yes.
Cry and you cry alone.
Yes, I've heard that.
That's from Art Carney from The Honeymooners.
Did he make that up?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
But that's where I heard it.
Oh, it's a good saying.
It's a good saying.
I didn't say you never smile.
People have told me so many times throughout my years. And oh, God. I'm getting yelled at.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I have to ask you a question.
Sure.
How long have you been in the entertainment comedy business?
Since 27 years.
27 years. In 27 years, you finally reached your lowest.
And how did I do that?
Listening to that fucking joke Kaplan just told you.
Come on.
I went with it. I went with it. I had to let him finish the joke, so I just went with it.
Well, let me tell you something. It's really apropos that he told a joke like that because he's a total jerk off anyway.
What wish I was.
And I was trying to be nice and say a part-time co-host, but we all know he should be called a surprise guest because you never know when he's coming on the show. All right. So, but I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be polite. I was trying to follow Mr. Kaplan's, way of thinking and say it's a, but I can't do it. All right. Kaplan, I'm amazed that you showed up today. What possessed you to show up today?
Is this a question
Hello?
towards me?
Yeah,
Hello?
he's talking to
Is
you.
this thing on? Yeah.
He,
hello?
he said Mr. Kaplan.
Yeah, so that's why he showed up today, because you're not playing golf, you have nothing to do. All right, Trisha's not giving you a honey-do list. All right, what's the story? Tell us why you showed up to this.
First of all, I am the king of my castle. I don't get a honey-do list, number one.
Whoa.
Number two, there's no golf. My mother is very ill, gravely ill, as he knows.
Yes.
And I'm very disappointed in him even trying to reverberate back to anything negative.
Reverberate.
Reverberate, is that a big word like marmalade and delicatessen?
Yes.
You start with those big words again,
Yes,
you
it
son
is.
of a bitch. I told you to stop with those
Marmalade
goddamn
and
words. I've been telling you for years.
He says that all the time. I lay a big one on him.
Trish doesn't say that.
Tony,
Yes, sir.
I threw him out of my garage once, and he can attest to this story. He was using words that were like off the charts, which I understood 95% of them, but I got so pissed off at him. I said, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I shut the garage door. Why does he need to impress his vocabulary? He's not running for office anymore. He lost that gig.
We were just talking about that, how he lost.
Yes, well,
and he's not
he
he's
should
not
have
fooling
lost, by the
me.
way.
He's not fooling me with these big words. And if you notice, if you watch back, you can see how hard it was for him to say the word. Like he had to think about it. Reverberate. He's not even sure right now in his head if he used the word properly.
Probably not.
Exactly right. And
sounds
truth be
nice.
told, he should have never lost that election because he would have done wonderful things.
I agree.
For what's the town we used to live in, Michael? I
Brookhaven
forget.
Township. Thank you.
Bretton Woods? No, you live in no, that's not Bretton Woods. I don't know.
Brookhaven, you big dummy.
Brookhaven. Thank you very much. Yay! There you go. I've been having so much fun down here. I even forgot where I lived.
Maybe Mike should run for that position down there.
Oh, Florida? Yeah. Oh, Mike will be perfect in Florida. There's a lot of part-time Jews in Florida here. Believe me when I tell you. Yeah.
That's right.
What did you call him?
I
last week?
Yeah, I forgot.
God.
We actually came up with a new name for you last week. Did you hear about this?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I told him.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So Mike is part Jewish and part Catholic. So that makes a Jew cat. Mike
Jew
the
cat.
Yeah. Mike the Jew cat. I like that. Yes.
It sounds
like
like a
that.
cartoon. Mike the Jew cat.
I think it's a
What
breed.
are you today, Mr. Kaplan? Are you wearing a yarmulke, or do you have a cross on your neck?
I have both.
You have both. You need both.
I'm honoring both. But I'm actually thinking a Jew cat would be a great name for a ferocious new breed of animal.
Here we go. Ferocious. There he goes. He can't say. I got to get off the phone. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
John Rusciello checking in.
Checking in.
I did notice too the Ralph Cramden in you. I'm the king of the castle.
I am the king of the castle. Trish is so sweet. She will never ask me what to. Never.
There is
hope
no.
She's not watching.
There is no king of my castle. It's an equal partnership.
Yes, it's a teamship.
That's right.
Teamship.
Teamship.
That's not a word, is it?
Quick, Jew cat, to the teamship.
Jew cat, engage.
I'm going to use that.
The Jewish star and the cross. My chest is on fire.
I'm going to use that picture I posted today and then make up an outfit. What was it?
But you have to have the Jewish star and the cross.
Yeah, I'll have to
with
incorporate
little flames.
that with little flames. Wow.
Oh, look at that. Ooh, that was pretty cool. Think I turn anybody on doing that?
No.
No.
Not
Oh,
at all.
no, you're right. No. Yeah, I got to save those moves for Saturday nights.
Is that how you turn her on? She's laying in bed. Where's my little Jew cat?
Oh, I love it. Come here, little Jew. Come here, little Jew cat. Little Jew cat. That's, yeah.
Oh, my God.
The
That's
things
hilarious.
that are going through my mind right now.
And she's about to break up with you. If I have to call you Jew cat, I'm out of here. Somebody get Mike a cardigan, says Fremder. Beautiful.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
I could use a cardigan. Remember Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Pull over. Well, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Beautiful women in the palm of my hand sounds like how I spend my morning, says Fremder. Ann Rothney. Hi, Tony and Michael. Good morning, everyone. Hello,
who's
Ann.
Ann?
What's that?
Who's Ann? Your mom.
No. My mother's name is Ann, but that is not my mother.
Oh.
Ann Rothney is in California.
What part of California?
I have no idea.
I was
Ann,
born
what
in
part?
San Pedro, California, Ann.
My father lived in San Francisco, Ann. That's the only time I met my father. I went to visit him in San Francisco.
I know. I went to the car after you told me that after the program, and I cried for an hour and a half. I felt it was a very sad story. I'm sorry.
What? When I told you I met him once?
Yeah,
Why
I'm
was that
sorry.
a sad story?
I felt bad for you.
I didn't cry over it. Why would you?
Because it's called empathy. Empathy.
All right, calm down.
Right.
All right.
Jesus, Christmas.
Fremder, crazy big moon last night. I can still see it bouncing off your heads. Fremder, Saturday morning cartoon, Jew cat with Garfield and friends. Mike reads from right to left when he's hanging around. Mike reads from right to left. Okay, but when he's hanging around, what does that mean?
The Chinese and the Jewish people read right to left.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that.
Can you pay attention?
What?
No.
I wasn't paying attention. Jeff Boshi says, good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
All right. So, yeah, you're all right. In all seriousness, you weren't here because of your mom last week, and what do you say? I hope she feels better. I hope
there is no getting better. She's
right. I know that's what I'm saying.
She's going to go to heaven soon, and all I could do is just be there and with her. And believe it or not, I sit there and I smile at her, and I try to laugh, and I tell her jokes, and she just smiles at me.
Did you tell her that joke?
Oh God, yeah. Believe it or not,
yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about my mother?
Sure.
This is great. There, John Rusiello is going to call me about this.
Uh-oh.
My mother was a very tough woman growing up.
Oh, you said you had a funny story about your mom.
So she didn't like my first girlfriend. She didn't like it. She didn't like her. I have no idea why. She had big boobs, by the way.
Your mom or the girl?
The girlfriend.
Oh,
the girlfriend.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, perverted bastard. So we broke up. We were together like 3.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Am I talking fast? I don't like caffeine. I don't drink caffeine. So it was we broke up. I was like 20 years old, 19 years old. I don't know. And I was very upset. Very depressed. It was my first heartbreak. And my mother says to me, "What are you worried for? She's going to come crawling back to you with her twat open."
Your mother said that?
My mother said that.
With her twat open?
With her twat open. So I'm trying to give you, see, I don't want people to get a negative connotation, delicatessen and marmalade, as Rusiello says, connotation about my mother. She was a tough woman. But now she's been giving me a gift the last several months leading up to this transition to heaven where she's going to go.
Yeah.
If you believe so.
I do.
She's been giving me a gift because she smiles and she looks so happy when she sees me.
Right.
You know, but that's what I wanted to share that story with you.
That's a great story.
And I'll never forget.
Were you shocked when she said that?
I was stunned.
My mother
First
would
of all,
never
I was
say something like that to
heartbroken
me.
because of that we broke up.
Right.
And then I'm like, my mother just said that to me. What in the world? Can you ever picture saying that to your son? If he was going through a heartbreak over a girl.
I don't think so. I mean, he did. About a year and a half ago, he was with a girl for 5 years.
That's right.
And then he broke up with her, and I didn't say anything like that.
Oh, no, you'd be consoling.
Your mother was still consoling. She just did it in a different way. I mean, yeah, I don't think I would say
That's not very consoling.
And,
Sorry to holler.
And was she right? Did the girl come back?
Yeah.
She did?
She did.
Really?
Yeah.
With her twat
I
open?
know.
And that would be even funnier. You come running home. Mom, guess what? She came back with her twat open. You were right.
You were right, Mom.
I banged the shit out of her,
Ma.
Ma.
Oh, my God.
I buried my whole head in that thing. Thanks, Ma.
Smell my head. Smell my head.
Hey, look at this picture.
You know, when I turned 18,
yeah.
Also, my mother says to me, you're 18 years old now, Michael. You don't have to call me Ma anymore. Call me Edna.
Really?
When my brother turned 18 and I turned 18.
And did your father say the same thing?
Hi, how are you?
What's it? Oh. I couldn't. He had that hat on. I couldn't tell
who is it?
He's
if you don't mind me asking.
No, his name is Jose. He does. He's one of the guys that he's like one of their handyman.
Oh,
like as far as the building, like
Jose.
I didn't mean handyman like
Jose. Where's Hose B? That's a bad joke. Sorry.
We were doing so well.
We were on a roll there. So I'm trying to honor my mother by telling her these stories. Some funny, some sad, but
What did your father say when she told you to call her Edna?
My father was terrified of my mother, so he just said, "Do what your mother says."
And did you start calling him Ralphie? What was your father's name? Frank.
Steve. Wow, you were way off.
I wasn't anywhere close.
What was your father's name? Henrik? No. My father was not a Nazi. He was Jewish.
So did you start calling him
of fires?
What? What'd you say?
That was a bad Jew.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I wish I didn't get that joke. Did you start calling him Steve?
No, I never called him Steve, but I did call my mother Edna.
Up until this day? Like you stopped calling her mom? So for like...
My whole adult life, I've called my mother by her first name.
So for the past 75 years, you've been calling her...
76.
I could never do that. I could never
cannot
look at my mom and say, "What's up, Ann?" I couldn't.
Yeah, but what if your mother told you?
Did you say puberty? What happened there?
Puberty? No.
What if your mother told you?
Yeah. What if your mother told you?
I don't.
You're 18 years old now, son, or 21 years old. Don't call me Mom. Call me Ann.
I don't think I can do it. Even she said that because it's
once in a while I would say Ma, but the majority of the time I would say Edna.
But that's a little weird. I'm a big believer in the. I don't want to say respect, but
yeah,
especially still even at 18, I still think they're young enough that they need those boundaries. They need to learn the level of respecting elders and authority and yeah.
You're talking about the ecosystem of the family tree. Which I looked up my family tree. 2 dogs were using it.
Is that a Rodney joke?
Then another time I looked up my family tree. 2 guys were living in it. No, that joke is wrong. I lived in such a bad neighborhood. There's only 2 trees on the block and 2 guys are living in it.
I sent you that clip of Rodney on the Tonight Show.
Oh, God.
Those were jokes of Rodney's I'd never heard before.
Oh, really?
I was laughing my ass off watching that clip. And then he sits with Johnny and he goes on some more. Most of that, I would say 90% of that clip, and it's got to be like a 10, 15 minute clip. Those are things of Rodney I'd never heard.
There's still, I follow him because there's several Rodney Dangerfield fan pages. There's jokes I haven't heard. I thought I heard them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ann was born and raised on the Mojave Desert, now living in Bakersfield.
Oh, wow.
Fremder, Mike only eats catnip from sundown Friday to Sunday. Wow, born and raised Mojave Desert. So does that make... No, never mind. I was going to ask if that makes her an Indian, but I think I'm totally getting that wrong.
No, I don't think so. That's actually a good question. She might be.
Oh, okay. My mother says, no, you don't have to call me Mom. Call me Mrs. Walker.
That's good.
See, I don't think I could do that either.
Mrs. Walker?
No, because I don't respect her that much.
Do you call her Mom, Mother, Madre?
Madre.
Mamacita.
I call her Ma.
Ma.
My mother and her mother, my grandmother, I called them both Ma. Yeah. Well, because I lived with my grandmother from birth till I was 12.
Yeah.
And my mother's one of 6. So my mother was living there, obviously. The next one down is her sister, my Aunt Marie, and then this jackass named Uncle Phil. I haven't talked to him in 25 years. So the two of them were still living there.
Yeah.
Plus, the other aunts and uncles would come over all the time. So I was just around them all the time as they're, calling her Ma.
Yeah.
So Frank and I, we called her Ma because and actually Uncle Phil the jackass, he actually yelled at us once. She's not your Ma. She's not your Ma. But yeah,
Did you tell him to go fuck himself?
I have about 20 years ago, but
because I actually think that's very endearing to call her Ma.
Oh yeah, she had no problem with
endearing. And your mother didn't mind.
No, not at all.
Oh.
And when we were, I forget, we were at somebody in the family had passed away a few years ago. There's been a few, but I forget which one in particular. But we were at the funeral, and my mother and I were standing around talking to a few of my cousins. Because again, my mother's one of 6, so we have a big family.
Yeah. And
my mother, somehow my grandmother came up in the conversation, and my mother pointed at me. She goes, "Oh, he was the favorite." Because I was very close to my grandmother. But the other cousins, you could tell they were a little mad.
Oh, I bet.
What do you mean he was the favorite? I started to laugh, right in their faces. But in my head, I'm thinking, it makes sense. I lived with her. I was with her every day.
Yeah.
So
you had a bond.
Yeah. And it's nothing against you guys. It's just I lived there.
Yeah.
But, my mother still says that. You were her favorite. That's
See,
my mother.
I would call your mother Mrs. Walker.
Well, right. And I would call your mother Mrs. Kaplan.
But she would probably tell you to call her Edna.
And that I can do. Because, she's not a relative.
Right.
But yeah, my own mother saying, call me Ann? No.
The word relative, isn't that strange? Relative is like a family member.
Right.
But it also has a different meaning.
Well, there's a lot of words with 2 meanings.
All right, you ruined my joke.
Oh, there was a joke there?
Not really.
Oh, well, finish it.
I just love double meaning words. Words that mean two different things.
Yeah.
And when you said relative, it struck me as such. It struck my Webster's dictionary chord within me.
I'm still waiting for the punchline.
There's no.
You said it was a joke.
It's not a punchline. What is comedy? What is acting?
Acting is.
No, it's an invitation
to
yourself.
To yourself.
Yes.
Really?
It's odd. Trish and I were talking about this very same subject last night. Why I love to perform.
Yeah.
Why I love coming on the show. Because it's an invitation to who I am, so I can share myself, part of myself, with the microphone, you, the people, whoever's watching, Mr. Rusiello, that asshole. I mean, that nice fella in Florida. Because people always say, you never smile. And I said, you know why I don't fucking smile? Because when you smile at someone, it's an invitation saying, hi, I'm happy to see you. I'm not happy to see you because I'm reading you. I'm guarding myself against you because I don't know who you are.
Stranger danger?
It's not stranger danger. It's part of my personality. Why are your eyes moving? Are you a stroke victim?
Well, I didn't tell that joke. I'm just taking what you just said, and I'm not.
You're trying to process it?
No, I'm trying to decide if I agree or not.
On which part?
Well, doing something like this show, doing comedy, I understand that's an invitation. Or even, and then the thing with I not smiling because I'm reading you. Like I don't do that. So I had to take in.
You're not a big smiler either, unless someone smiles back at you. I think.
And I that's changed.
Changed?
I'm a smiler now, and I immediately, hi Tony Walker. I'm not like Diane, the lovely, talented, beautiful Diane.
Tuesday Trivia Diane?
Yes.
Yeah.
She will. Diane gives you a hug and a kiss.
Wow.
Immediately. I am not that. I'm not like, but you get a, hi, I'm Tony. Hi, I'm Tony Walker.
It's different for a woman. Oh, this is another subject that I've had with between Trish and I.
Wow, you really are like hopped up today.
I'm very hopped up.
Yeah.
Trish is a badass. She's a bad boss bitch. No bones about it, right?
Goodness. Okay.
So she runs her store tough.
Yeah.
So, sometimes there's food distribution on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And there's a couple got people on the line that, drug addicts, people that have problems, right?
Sure.
And a couple of weeks ago, she got in this guy's face. It was pushing and shoving, yelling, this and that.
Pushing and shoving?
Yeah. Me and you can't do that. Men can't do that. Men can't talk, especially to women. She talks to women like, you're directly in my way. Move out of my way. That's $3. Well, I want to, fuck you, that's $3.
She'll actually say, fuck you, it's $3? Or she just says
knows,
$3.
If she knows the customer.
Oh, if she knows them. That's different.
But she's crude. Yeah. And she's admittedly crude. In fact, she even says she likes being mean to certain people. Right?
Okay.
It's part of her personality. She says it kind of in jest. But she's tough.
So much for that.
But there's
I'm
a
the king of my
dichotomy.
castle stuff.
What happened?
I said so much for your I'm the king of my domain or king of my castle.
No, but she's nothing like that at home. She's sweet. She's sweet as apple pie and baseball on a Sunday afternoon. Not the Mets, of course. Sorry.
They're kicking ass.
I know they're kicking ass. I'm very proud of them actually this year.
Me too. And they're still
fighting.
kicking ass even without Francisco Lindor.
I know.
He's been hurt. Yeah. All right,
He's been hurting my feelings for years. That guy. Because he was great with the Indians.
Oh, but he's still going to get. He deserves MVP this year. All right, so go on. So I don't know how we. Oh, so you're saying
we have to.
Yeah, but do you want to?
The point.
You want to hit a woman, don't you?
No
piece of shit.
But Diane, it's the perfect dichotomy of what happens, the dynamics of today's society. Men have to watch how we speak to people. Women like.
No, I'm going to disagree.
Okay,
if somebody took video of Trish saying that to somebody and posted it, people would say, "Oh, she's a Karen. She's this, she's that." I don't think she'd get away with it either.
But let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If you met someone. Hey, and it's a woman.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? And you give her a big hug and a squeeze. See, Diane, it's okay if a woman does that. For a man will be judged.
Probably.
See?
But I think there's exceptions. Like, well, and first of all, what Diane does, I introduce you. She'll actually say as she's coming in, I'm a hugger and a kisser. So she'll say it.
Oh, so there's a precursor. There's a little disclaimer.
And now, having said that, now there's also Frank Walker. Frank Walker is also a big hugger. I
remember that, yeah.
I don't think he does it like the second he meets somebody, but he'll meet you, have a conversation with you, and probably hug you before when he's leaving.
I have hugged, I've hugged your brother before.
And I've never seen him have an issue. People just seem to accept that. Maybe,
but he doesn't do it right away.
Right? Maybe after spending a few minutes with him, they're like, "Oh, little Frankie, he's special. He needs a hug." I'm joking.
Little Frankie.
All right, let's see. Hi.
Yo, what's up, handsome?
Nothing. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
What's the word?
The word is ELO.
So what'd you think?
Well, I must tell you before we go any further here that I'm on the air.
Oh, great! Oh, awesome.
So say hi to everybody.
Hello, people of governors. I miss you all. I soon will be back
You better be.
playing Name That Tune once again.
That's right. But yeah, it was a great show.
No, it's very, very good. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of buts, and we don't need no type of buts.
The poor guy is getting old.
He's getting old. He had a couple of Biden moments, I think, and
Yes, yes, he did. But
It was,
his voice still sounds fantastic.
No, the voice is perfect. The voice is perfect, but he just stuttering on lyrics.
Yep,
He's forgetting when to come in.
yep.
And it's like, okay, I saw the videos. It happens a little here and there, but it was like every other song. It was,
Yeah.
you know, you can see why it's the last song. I mean, the last tour.
He even looked confused at times in between songs, like he didn't know what was going on. And then what really upset me was that the guy can barely walk.
I know.
And then every time he changed guitars, he couldn't take the guitar off. The tech would have to take the guitar off him and put the new one on. Very
While
sad.
Tony is taking a personal
And even like
phone
if you
call,
notice,
this
Roger
will
was
be
mentioning that like when
a
he's
commercial
playing the guitar,
brought to you.
even the strumming, he's not even really strumming. He's just like
Yes.
barely even hitting the guitar.
Yes, I did notice that. Yeah, it was just like it was like a mascot thing. He was just holding it. Yeah, very sad, but I still loved
A
it.
great show.
Yeah.
The show looked great. The band sounded great.
Yes.
But, you know, over and out, as he says.
That's it. Yeah, very sad to see our heroes, getting like that.
Yeah. And, hey, Bruce is only 1 year. Actually, no, Bruce turns 75 next week. And Bruce has got the energy.
Yeah, he's still doing 3-hour shows. It's incredible. In fact, I have somebody sitting here with me who is a huge Bruce fan and just saw him a few weeks ago in Pittsburgh and said it was fantastic.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger just went to that one in Jersey on Asbury Park, which was by far the
That was
best
2 nights ago.
of the whole tour. That just
They
happened
said
a
it
couple
was
nights ago, Monday
epic.
night.
Yeah.
Sunday
Epic.
night.
Wow. Yeah. It's amazing that guy is ageless. It's crazy.
He is
Yeah.
ageless.
It was
Yeah.
good, but
Nice.
all right. Well, just want to check in with you, and we'll catch up soon. And enjoy the rest of your show.
Well, thank you, pal. It was good to hear from you. And yes, we do need to get
All right.
together soon. I miss you.
I miss you too, my sweet talking woman. I'll talk to you later.
See you later. Rob Notaro checking in.
Who? Rob the who?
Rob Notaro. And
Oh, I've heard of him.
he's been in here. He always brings his computer, and then he'll play me songs, but famous songs. But he'll only play like the bass line or
Name
the
That
drum,
Tune?
but it's not Name That Tune.
Oh,
Just based on the song itself. He'll only play me like the bass part or just the piano.
wow.
And I have to guess what the song is based on that. And I usually do pretty poorly.
You?
Well, yeah, you'd be surprised when you just hear one isolated instrument instead of the
Yeah.
whole thing. It does.
Wow,
It
I'm
throws you off a
surprised,
little
'cause
bit.
You are.
Let me
Oh,
read some
John
comments.
says read the comments. I don't know.
All right, let me
what's
read.
happening.
Let me read comments to see what. Where was I? Fremder, my friend's mother used to masturbate while she was pregnant, which explains her stutter.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness! Andy Plajanos, tell him to keep himself off of the mic. I guess we know what the smell on the mic is. Oh, I was telling Andy last week because Andy's here on Fridays.
Yes, I know.
Frank is here on Thursdays, and Frank came in last week, and he was still a little stuffed up.
Oh.
And he was using that mic. So on Friday, well, no, I've cleaned it, but I was picking on Andy on Friday because Andy was using it, and he was putting his mouth on it, and I said, well, now you're going to get Frank's germs. From the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a Jew. What the hell?
Is that the people eating the pets?
I have no idea what that means. John Russillo, Andrew, stop being an asshole. Save it for Friday. Whoa, hey, whoa, hey.
I'm fighting words.
Sure is. A hug and a kiss because we all love tits. Nice shirt. You guys look like 90% precipitation. He's right.
The fuck does that mean?
Means blue skies with a little bit of gray. And it is. It's actually just like that out there today. And speaking of today, right just a couple of miles down the road, it's pandemonium over there. Craziness.
Oh. Right down the street.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just a couple of miles down.
You know, people are camping out overnight.
People camped out. The Meadowbrook Parkway, which is right next to the Coliseum, has been backed up since probably around 8 or 9 this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, people were camping out. People were thrown out last night.
Why?
I guess they didn't want too many people
Oh, I
hanging
see.
around. Over 60,000 requests for tickets have come in, but the place only holds 16,000.
Yeah.
But they did. I have it here somewhere. Police kicked out several vendors and people who tried to camp out overnight. Only ticketed attendees will get access to the parking lot when it opens Wednesday morning, with overflow parking available in Eisenhower Park. More than 60,000 tickets were requested. The facility only holds 16. The rest will watch on large screens outside, described as a tailgating type experience.
Wow.
Hofstra University, which is right across the street, classes scheduled after 1 will be remote only. As of 2 p.m., Nassau Community College, which is behind the Coliseum.
That's tonight, that rally?
Yes. The Coliseum will be, so the Nassau Community College will be closed. It's closing at 2 o'clock today. Uniondale School District, which is it's right near Hofstra, will have an early dismissal. Actually, right now. They're having a dismissal right now, which is crazy to me. And Kellenberg, which is a private Catholic high school, which is also back there by Hofstra, they're totally closed today, doing virtual classes only, and they've canceled all their activities.
Now, I want to bring up two things to you, if you won't mind. Still have time. It's only 11.
We're only halfway through, man.
I had a brush with fame in Pittsburgh, and I can't believe I forgot to tell you this.
All right.
Yes, I met Bruce's sister.
You didn't forget. You told me.
I did tell you.
Yeah, but tell us the story anyway.
But I want to tell you why a lot of people might be thinking, why is Donald Trump coming to Long Island? Because
why is Donald Trump coming to Long Island?
Everybody thinks that it's really a very Republican island.
It is.
It really is not.
It is.
It is not.
It is.
It is not. It is not.
New York State is blue, but
New
Long
York
Island
State
is
blue.
red.
I'm going to tell you why that's a fallacy.
Okay.
Being someone who has lost an election.
True.
I found out Suffolk County.
Yeah.
Suffolk County.
Suffolk County.
And Nassau County combined.
That's Long Island.
That's Long Island.
Right.
It's like 51% Republican, 49% Democrat. It's that close. It could be flipped.
Oh, sure.
And I'm not speaking as a Democrat or a Republican.
Okay.
Those are factual numbers.
Wow. I did not know it was that
close. It is close. The thing is that Donald Trump has such a fierce following.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did tell you about Pam Springsteen, but what I did not tell you is that.
Well, tell the whole story for our family here. Tell the whole story.
So Trish and I went to see. We drove 9 hours.
It's 9 hours to Pittsburgh.
Well, but with stops and all, it took us 9 hours. So
did you stop to do it?
Huh?
Did you stop to do it, or you just waited till you got there?
I waited.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay.
59. Even though it doesn't matter, does it?
I sure hope not.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because I'm almost there, man. Don't scare me like that.
I wanted to, but it was daytime. Even though I have tinted windows in the back.
I don't care what time of day it is.
No, but it was daytime and driving in a car.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Maybe I'm too much of a gentleman. I don't know.
The Jew Cat Gentleman.
The Jew Cat Gentleman. That would be a great stage name for a comedian. The Jew Cat Gentleman in a bad mood again.
The Jew Cat Gentleman is all juiced up.
See, I'm looking at you with the face. I should be going like this.
Actually, yeah, you should. Yeah.
We're walking, so there's nothing to do where that arena is. So we
Yeah.
we had to walk 400 miles, I'm exaggerating, of course, to this place called Market Square. To make a long story short, we're walking out of a restaurant. Well, who walks right by me this close? Pam Springsteen.
Oh, so you're that big of a Bruce fan that you know what his sister looks like.
In a nanosecond.
Isn't she in show business too? Isn't she a photographer or something?
She was actually a cheerleader. She was an actress younger. She's 62.
Okay.
She was an actress in her younger years, and she was a cheerleader in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's a very attractive.
She's a lot younger than him.
Yeah, 12, 13 years younger.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no siblings in between?
There's another sister, Virginia.
Oh yeah. Oh,
which
so there's
is
another
very,
sister.
very like behind the scenes.
Okay.
Pam's with Bruce all the time.
Oh, is that right?
She goes, I believe, to every show.
Her parents must have did it on during the day in the backseat of a car because when there's 12 years difference, that's an oops.
Yeah, that's that's an oops.
They had a long drive. They pulled over for a few minutes, and oh shit, we're pregnant.
His
Damn
mother
it.
just died last year, 99 years old.
No
98
kidding.
years old.
Wow. Okay, sorry. So she walks
That's
past
right.
you.
So I said, "Hey, Pam, how you doing?" So she looked at me, not even like, "Who the fuck are you?" She was walking with some guy with long gray hair.
Yeah.
And she walked slowly by me, and I said to her, "I love your work."
Okay.
Which I've never seen. She's a professional photographer.
Oh, I was right.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So I said, "I love your work." Never saw a picture of her, what she did in her life.
I bet you have.
Possibly, I don't
Without
know.
knowing, yes. Okay.
Without knowing.
Yeah.
So with that, she stopped dead in her tracks.
She goes, "Jew cat!"
Billy Joel. John, what's your name? There was a vibe. And I
you
told
had a threesome with
no
Trish and Pam
but
Springsteen?
I'm gonna tell you right fucking now. Right fucking now.
Okay, calm down.
There was a vibe.
Okay, I believe you.
If I was single,
yeah,
I might be saying I'm going out to dinner with her Friday night. She was that nice.
Yeah.
And we just locked eyes, and there was a vibe.
And where was Trish at that moment?
So, at the time, I finally realized I do have a girlfriend. And I said, well, and I'm like, fuck is she? She was like 30 feet away.
With the gray-haired guy?
No, she was by herself. Because when we're out in public, I'm always doing, hey, how are you? Good to see you. The Rodney Dangerfield thing. So she doesn't get embarrassed. She's like, he's doing his thing. She keeps walking. So she's actually a better talker than me. So I thought she'd come over and engage a little bit. And there came a point where I said, you know what? I'll see you at the show tonight. To Pam.
Right. How long did you guys talk?
I don't know, 90 seconds?
All right, so Trish is down a little bit. Where's gray-haired man? Was he standing right there?
They stopped. She turned around to look at me. He was still looking that way. He didn't even turn his back.
You think it's a spouse of some sort or no?
It claims on her socials that she's married.
Oh, all right.
Whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I know, isn't she adorable?
Yeah, she is actually a nice-looking woman. I don't know how recent that picture is.
That's not that recent.
Oh, okay. Well, holy crap! Yeah, she's wow.
That's the guy I saw her with.
Oh, is that right? Really?
That's the guy. Yep.
She is. She's a very pretty woman.
She photographs
this picture.
She photographs very well.
Yeah, this picture is 6 years ago.
If you go back, there's a picture of her recently.
I'm just trying to.
And she looks a little rugged.
David Michael Kennedy and Pamela Springsteen.
Yep, they're both photographers.
Oh, so you don't think he's with her?
No, I forgot. It's some guy named something Robbie. Is her
Margot
supposedly-
Robbie. She's married to Margot Robbie?
I wish.
Wow. I'm
that picture up there on the second
This?
one. Nope, up there. She actually, I don't know if it's her, but it was posted on Instagram. I started following her on social media.
Started following her around the neighborhood.
And she posted that. And I said, it was great meeting you in Pittsburgh. And someone just hit like. I think, isn't there bots that do that for famous people?
Yeah, I think there is. Wow. I am really surprised. That's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
Damn. So, and this is her in Fast Times. Oh, okay. Wow. So, and then, and then you finally finish. You start heading back to Trish, and she's like, "You son of a bitch."
I guess the gentleman came out and finally said, "You know what? Have a good night. I'll see you at the show tonight. Have a great show."
The gentleman finally came out 90 seconds later.
90 seconds later.
Oh, we flirted for a few minutes, and I felt the vibe.
Son of a bitch. So I was calling Trish Pam all day. I'm like, oh,
wow.
jeez.
So, as you heard the other night, well, maybe you didn't because you were yapping into a microphone, which I turned off while I was on the phone. I was talking to my friend Rob. Rob and I went to...
Pumped up State Farm. That was a good ad I did.
Nobody heard it. Rob, so Lisa likes ELO. Of course I do too. Big fan, actually. And her birthday was last week. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. So my buddy Rob and another friend of ours, they were getting some, not the most expensive tickets, but a little pricey, but they were nice and close. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Lisa's birthday. We'll sit close. She'll enjoy it at the Garden.
Nice.
Great time. The opening band was a band named Rooney, like Mickey Rooney, which they were okay. They weren't bad. The lead singer, because I decided, let me look these guys up. Let me see who they are. So I see the singer's name is Michael Schwartzman. And then I'm looking at his picture. I'm like, he kind of looks like Jason Schwartzman, the actor.
Oh.
So I'm like, I wonder. So sure enough, I look up Jason Schwartzman. Sure enough, they are brothers. Do you know the actor I'm talking about? Am I interrupting anything?
No.
Do you know the actor Jason Schwartzman?
Of course.
Do you know who his mother is?
No.
Talia Shire.
Come off it.
Well, no. Stay on it and then have Jason Schwartzman. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. So this was Talia Shire's other son. Was the lead.
Is he a good singer?
Yeah, there were a few songs I was like, wow, that was really good. There were a couple of songs. There were actually a couple of songs I was like, that was kind of gay. Like they had a few songs that sounded like almost like typical 80s synth, happy, goofy type stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. But I for the most part, I thought they were good. ELO was great. As you heard when Rob
and they're
called.
all older people. Older guys now, right?
It's all different people, except for the lead.
It is.
Jeff Lynne, the lead singer, he's the one who wrote all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then he went on to solo success, and he was in the Traveling Wilburys. He produced when the Beatles reunited in the 90s. He produced that.
Well, I didn't know he was that instrumental in the music business.
Oh, very much. He's done hit albums with Tom Petty, Bryan Adams, Roy Orbison, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Oh, yeah, he's worked with everybody. He's very...
he's the lead singer.
He was the lead singer and the songwriter for ELO, yes. So
is he still the lead singer?
Yes, and that's the only reason why they can fill the Garden, because people just want to see him. They don't care who the rest of the band is.
I see.
So, but they were great, really great. But, yeah, he's in his late 70s. He had a hard time walking out there. He wasn't... but, yeah, so it was still a great show. Had a great time. And we saw, at the show, walking around, was, what's her name? Paulina
Poroskovka?
That's it.
That was married to Rick Ocasek?
Yes. And
I pulled that out of my keister.
I know. I was like, I'm very impressed. And she...
Is she still beautiful?
She's got to be pushing 70 at this point.
Oh, yeah, easy.
And, yeah, she was still... Yeah, I actually did. I stopped twice, actually, and just watched her walk by. Because it was weird. We had we were walking through the gate to enter the building, and she was right next to us. So I turned to Lisa, like, oh, that's Paulina. And she's like, Paulina who? She didn't do it like that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that's, and Lisa had no clue. It was just one of those weird things. As we're walking around, she just happened to be like within 2 feet of us, like 3 different times. It was just one of those
She
things.
was with the general public?
Yes, and I'm telling you, nobody knew who she was. Nobody.
She wasn't in the VIP section?
Well,
Wow.
well, that was the thing. So the last time we were near her, she's standing there talking to the guy she was with, and I pulled out my phone, and I pulled up a picture, and there was a picture of her from the 80s. I showed that to Lisa,
Right.
and Lisa's like, oh, I know who that is. I go, well, that's her.
Yeah.
And then I held my phone. I wanted to ask for a picture, but I don't know why. She was talking, her and the guy she was
Son
with
of a
were
bitch.
talking like crazy,
Yeah.
and I just didn't see an opportunity to come in.
Well, did
and-
she seem like she wasn't approachable?
No, she didn't seem
No.
that way. I just didn't see a good opportunity because they were talking nonstop. They were in the middle of
Oh,
some
so they
kind
were
of
going,
They weren't fighting or
Not
anything.
fighting, but
it didn't seem like it was anything negative. But they were in the middle of a long conversation about something. Like not once did I see her stop. Like look, they have hot dogs. Like it was nothing
Right.
like they were having some almost looked like an in-depth conversation in the middle of Madison Square Garden. So I didn't see an opportunity. And then I did hear her finally say, all right, let's go. We're in section 108. And then at that point, I'm like, should I? And I'm like, they already start to walk away. And then, like I said, I didn't see anybody take a look at her. I don't think anybody recognized her. So
wow.
So what happened was
I would have recognized her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and again,
'Cause I was
still
a big Cars fan, and I remember her.
And
yeah.
still beautiful. She's still a beautiful woman.
Because she's like 6 feet tall.
Yes.
Isn't she? Yes.
Yes. Very tall, which is another reason why I was surprised nobody recognized her, because she kind of stands out because she's so tall.
Yeah.
But still beautiful. Beautiful. But it's got to be almost 30 years ago. I was at JFK picking up a friend who was coming in on a flight. The flight comes in, and all the people are coming, getting their baggage. And that's where I was waiting for my friend near the baggage.
Mhm.
This is pre-9/11. You can walk through that stuff. But who comes walking through is Barry Bostwick. He was on my friend's plane, and he's getting his own bag. I don't know. He's not that big of a star, but
he's a pretty
big
good
enough.
star, yeah.
Nobody, same thing. Nobody had any clue. He walks right by me, so I start. I go, Mr. Bostwick. I said, I'm a fan of the work that I've seen. I said, I think you're a very good actor. And he, oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. With that, I don't know. I wasn't like, hey, Barry, but whatever, how it happened. But from that moment on, I mean, the guy was swamped. And to this day, I felt bad about it. So that went through my head. Like, nobody recognizes. She's starting to walk to her seats. I'm like, if I go and bug her for a picture, like, are people going to then swamp her? Like, I did. So I was like, screw it. And but then Section 108 is because where I was sitting, I could see the section. When I saw a close friend of mine is the bass player for Queen currently.
Yes.
And I've told the story here a million times. He got me into the garden, and I sat in the VIP section. I went backstage, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, 108 was the VIP section I was in, so I'm assuming that's the permanent VIP section, so that's probably why she was sitting there. But yeah, that's so you saw Pam Springsteen. I saw
let me ask
Paulina.
you a question.
Okay.
This is where, and I've said this to Trish, I have such a big regret not asking her for a picture.
Okay.
Because she was like less than 10 feet away from me.
Yeah.
We were vibing. And I didn't ask her for a picture.
Okay.
See, I understand what you're saying. They were involved in a conversation. So you didn't know how to like weasel your way in, right?
Yeah.
Wiggle your way in.
And I'm good at that. Like
I know you
Yeah,
are.
I get pictures with people often.
But it was just me and her.
Yeah.
There was no one else in the world at the moment. It wasn't.
It's just me and Pam.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, all right,
and
but
I
here's
did not ask her for a picture, and it haunts me.
Well, all right. I would. You're already doing it. I would stay in touch with her on Instagram because
I've been commenting little bits here and there.
Yeah, I would keep that going. But so in 2015, I saw Billy Joel doing a Q&A thing in the city. Wasn't a concert. It was a Q&A.
Oh, you told me. Did you asked him a question?
Well, yeah, I got to ask him a question, but I was in the front row. and I think I have told the story here. The whole night, anytime he had to, he wasn't clear on something through his history, like what year he did something or what album a song was on or something, he would look at me. Now,
wow, that's...
And I turned to my friend. I was with Andy Gilmartin, who is the manager of the Lords of 52nd Street.
Mm.
The Lords of 52nd Street are most of the guys that played on just about all of Billy Joel's hits. They go out and do their own, they play all those songs. So I turned to Andy and I go, is it me or does he keep looking at us? He goes, oh, no, he keeps looking at us. I go, do you know him? Since I think he had just become the manager. Yeah, he had just become the manager of the Lords of 52nd Street. I go, do you know him? Is that why he's looking at you? He goes, oh, I'm not so sure. He's just looking at me. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, because I had that story I tell like every other day here when I met Billy Joel in his motorcycle shop.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time. I remember telling Andy that story. And he turned to me at this event. He goes, he's looking at both of us. I go, why would he look at me? He goes, 2 reasons. He goes, when you met him at his motorcycle shop, you spent a lot of time with him. You had a great conversation with him, and you did not become a fan fucker.
Right.
You didn't then start saying, can I have an autograph, or ask him stupid questions about the music. He goes, you treated him like just an ordinary guy. Mm-hmm. He goes, I guarantee he remembers that. Because it was only, I think, a year prior. He goes, I guarantee he remembers that. I was like, oh, okay. He then swore that Billy Joel is on Facebook under a different name, and he actually is a part of the Billy Joel fan page that I used to be pretty active on.
I see.
So he said that reason too. He goes, I know for a fact he knows who you are. I'm like, okay, if you say so. So that might help your chances to keep a relationship going.
Well, I'm gonna keep it going. She has a very small social media presence.
Yeah.
Like her Instagram page, it's only like 37 followers. Her Facebook page, she doesn't have a lot. And then the other day, I get a Facebook message from Pam by Pam Springsteen Facebook. Oh, hi! It's
one of those auto-generated messages. Yeah,
and then I tested this person, whatever. I said, yeah, remember meeting at Market Square in Pittsburgh? It was so nice to meet you there.
Right, and then she called the FBI.
Called, and then all of a sudden,
yeah. I did, and I actually do believe my friend Andy, because I went to another event. In the town of Oyster Bay. No, I take that back. Oh, it was in Oyster Bay. Yeah, it started in Oyster Bay. When Cuomo was still the governor.
Andrew
Cuomo. When he was still governor, when he was still liked. This was before COVID. He was doing a motorcycle run for cancer. Because who was that famous woman, that gorgeous woman he was dating, who had breast cancer?
Oh, God.
That tall, blonde woman.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. So
she was beautiful.
He was there with her. He was doing and he's a motorcycle rider.
Yeah.
So he was doing a motorcycle ride for cancer. And him and Billy Joel are close friends. So Billy Joel shows up to this thing. And I had heard he was going to be there. And I had just bought a camera, from a video camera from a friend of mine. But it was like it took really good quality level of video, but it was kind of big. So I was mistaken. Whenever I use this thing, people would ask me, who you with? They thought I was paparazzi.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and Billy Joel shows up, right? And I swear to you, this is true. Pulls up on a motorcycle. I get the camera out. I got it. About 50 feet away from me is a paparazzi. I don't know what the singular word for paparazzi would be. A paparazzi.
A paparazzi. Paparazzi?
is some kind of somebody who's media.
I think it's still called paparazzi.
All right, maybe. It's only one guy.
Yeah.
Billy Joel pulls up on his motorcycle. So this guy's about maybe, 50 feet away? He's probably more like 20 or 30. Billy's probably about 50 feet away front. The photographer is to my left. Billy's straight ahead. Billy's wearing a Mets hat. He takes off his helmet. He's got a Met hat. So now this guy's yelling, "Hey, Billy!" I'm like, oh, he's one of those, like a TMZ type.
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, you're a Met fan, Billy?" Billy looks up. He was fussing around his motion. He just kind of looks up, gives the guy one of these. Puts his head down. But I swear to you, this is true. He puts his head down, but all of a sudden he goes like that. But now he's looking at me. And I froze. And you see it. I swear to you, he goes like this. He just goes a quick, puts his head back down and starts messing around again. So in my head, I'm like, Andy's right. He does know who I am.
Oh, yeah.
But now he sees the camera, so now he's all disappointed. He's thinking, all this time, this guy turned out to be fucking paparazzi. And I'm like, fuck. Like I felt like I blew my chances of being a friend of his.
Yeah.
Like, and then at that point, like, I was like, how do I ditch this camera? Like, I didn't know what to do. And he did. He looked right at me, just did a quick, and went back to what he was doing.
Was that your last interaction with him?
No. So he goes and he does the press conference. This was like 8:00 in the morning.
Oh,
so because they're going to go on the day-long ride now, to raise money for whatever cancer fundraiser they're doing. So they were going to do a quick press conference and then take off. And I think they were riding like various places on the island. And I think it ended at Citi Field later that day, if I remember right. But they do the press conference. After the press conference, I had the camera out. I'm like, fuck it. I brought the camera. He's already pissed. I'm not going to bug him, but I'm just taking footage. And he's walking after the press conference is over. It's probably about 100 feet from where the press conference was to the bikes. I have the camera. He's right next. We're shoulder to shoulder. I mean, he didn't say anything to me. He didn't say anything to me, but he didn't tell me to get lost either. We walked. The Suffolk County exec was on the other side, Steve Ballone.
Yeah.
And I have it on video. Steve Ballone is now asking him for money. Like, Billy, we're raising money for this. And we're trying to, and he's,
wow.
And I have it all on video. Billy turns to him and says, well, you know how to find me. And Steve Ballone's like, yeah, okay, I'll have our guys, reach out. We'll set up a day to sit. And Billy's like, yeah, okay. I was like, holy shit. Wow. And then, so a few minutes later, the organizers trying to set, there's a whole line of bikers, for a big photo op. So they got a whole line of bikers, and they're trying to get it all set up and start this ride. But it was taking forever. I don't know what the holdup was. So I'm standing by him, and just a few nights prior, Mike Del Giudice was playing, and this is when Mike and I were close. So I was at this show because I had heard, through the inside track that Billy was showing up at the concert. He was going to play with the band, and he did. And this was just 2 or 3 days later. So I'm kind of standing there. Billy, again, he's just fussing with his bike because he's waiting. So he's just fussing with his bike. I'm standing. I got the camera rolling, and nobody's, nothing's going on. And even with him, he's by himself. So I just turned to him and said, "Oh, Billy, I was at the show with Mike the other night. It was, it was great." But again, you just, oh yeah, was it? Like he wasn't engaging he was like, it was all over his face. Turn the fucking camera off before I shoved up your ass.
Yeah.
And and then I just said, I think it made Mike's night. And then he does. He stops. He looks up. He goes, "Yeah, you think so?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." and that's when I'm like, "All right, let me turn this camera off and try and really talk to him like a normal human being." But with that, some woman comes walking over with her little kid. "Can I take a picture with you and my kid?" Billy said no. And then some other people come over like, Mrs. She put up such a stink. Billy finally was like, "All right, one quick picture." And that's when I was like, "All right, I'm done here. He's not going to talk to me now." So I did. I put the camera away and I just backed off.
Is it true? Listen, I'm not saying my opinion. I'm keeping my opinions to myself. But I've heard other people say that he's not the nicest guy when you meet him.
I've heard both. I knew a guy that owned a restaurant in Port Washington that said he was a horrible tipper and nasty to the waitstaff.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, with some documentary of his, he's got a few. One of them was coming out on DVD, but they had a special screening at a movie theater. Some friends of mine were at the movie theater to watch it. He ends up showing up, sitting right behind them. And they said they had a wonderful conversation with him for about 20 minutes before the movie started.
Wow.
Like I said, my own personal experience in the motorcycle shop was fantastic.
Well, that's a classic story.
Yeah.
That's a classic story.
Really, he wasn't a dick. I mean, I did try, to talk a little music at one point, tried to go there. You can tell immediately his body language totally changed, and read, I don't want to talk about this. But he wasn't a dick about it. He didn't say get out of here or I then switched gears back to what we were, and he was fine. So no, that was not my last interaction with him. My last interaction with him was just 2 years ago. Hicksville High School. They redid their auditorium.
Yes,
I told you this.
Yes.
You
were a speaker there, right?
Yeah, and I blew it because they redid their auditorium at the high school, and it's like state of the art, up to date. They spent a lot of money on it, and they decided to name it after the music teacher that pushed Billy Joel to get into music. I had this teacher. He was one. I mean, if you knew this guy, you would totally understand. It would make sense to you that he pushed Billy Joel to become a musician. That's the kind of guy this guy is. Just a wonderful teacher, and even for myself, if I'm going to say I had any success, he was definitely a huge part of it. So when they had the unveiling to name this this auditorium after the teacher, there was a ceremony and they asked people to speak, and I was one of them. And the night before was a little reception for this teacher at a local Knights of Columbus. Just dinner and hanging out, and there were some speeches there too. But I was talking to this teacher's daughter, who I'd never met before, but we were vibing. I'm teasing, but we did. We hit it off. We were joking around.
Yeah.
So I turned to her and I go, all right, so what's the deal? And she knew exactly. She goes, what? She goes, Billy Joel? I go, yeah. Is he coming tomorrow to this thing? She goes, oh, yeah, he's coming. And then she looks at me. She goes, I just know I can trust you with that. She goes, you can't tell anybody. And I didn't. I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
In fact, Vicky, who I haven't seen her name today, but Vicky was there. So the night of the event, they set up the order of who's speak. Like they gave out programs, and they didn't announce that Billy was going to be there, so they have me down as the last one. I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm the last one before. So that's been my joke ever since. I opened for Billy Joel.
Oh yeah.
But when I did my speech, and he was right behind a closed door, so I know he listened to the speech. And it went over really well. I should play it sometime here because it went over really well. Because the speeches before me were all sentimental and people were crying. I go up there and I'm making all sorts of jokes because I had a lot of funny stories about this teacher.
Right.
And it went over really well. And what I should have done when I finished, I should have just stayed by the podium. And I have it on video. I mean, as soon as I'm done, 10 seconds later, here comes Billy Joel. So if I just stood there by the podium and waited, he would have come out. I would have shook his hand, and because I was wondering that night, like I wonder if I said hi to him if he'd remember. Or I'm just looking to see.
He would have to say this guy again,
right?
Yes. Every once in a while, I run into this guy. Absolutely.
But that's what I'm wondering too. Being that I gave the speech just before him, did he look at the speech and be like, "Oh, that's why this guy is like."
Yes.
He's a Hicksville guy. Okay. Maybe, I don't know. But, I blew an opportunity to say hello because I should have just stayed there when I finished. I should have just stayed by the podium, let them introduce him, shake his hand, and then I would have gone and sat down.
I think we all have our regrets.
Well, let me point out, not to cut you off, but...
Well, you don't. You've had some good interactions.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even say regret because, in the grand scheme of things, this is nothing even close to important that we're talking about. So it's not a regret. It's just like, I should have done, and then 5 minutes from now,
well, I know you love Billy Joel, but I am a big Bruce Springsteen fan.
Yeah.
And I've told Trish right to her face, as soon as I saw Pam Springsteen, I melted.
You told Trish that?
Oh, yeah. I said I melted. I was calling her Trish for weeks.
Well, that's her name.
No, I was calling Trish Pam.
Were you seriously?
Pam, where are you, Pam? Pam. Yeah, even one night when I was sleeping, I woke up cognitively. I would say, Pam, where are you? Pam. Because I felt like I missed an opportunity. I missed an opportunity to befriend someone that is it's my idol, really. You know.
Wow. I as much as I love music and theater, like I like meeting people, and I do this, even locally too. I don't consider myself a star fucker, even though I seem to have met a lot of people.
Do I.
But I like I don't have that desire to know Billy Joel. I've just had these opportunities.
Yeah.
If I go to a show at a local theater, it's just a thing I've always had. I like to meet the actors after and say, hey, you did a really nice job.
Oh, yeah.
And the same thing, if I'm going to see, I would love the opportunity to say to Paul McCartney, I love your work. But I don't have this, if I never meet the guy, I never meet the guy.
No, but I hate to interrupt you. I have no desire to meet Bruce Springsteen. I really don't. But for some reason, when I met her, I don't know, maybe because I like women, I don't know. And she was really cute, and it was just,
yeah.
What's the odds of her walking out of an apartment building and I'm
back off a little bit.
That close? What's the odds?
Yeah, right.
And I was like, Pam.
Yeah, but then you said, this I could have befriended somebody that's, close to my idol. I honestly don't.
Yeah.
I find people inspirational. I like what people do, but I don't know if I have an idol. I really don't. I don't know if I have an idol.
He's my music idol, I should say. Yeah.
And I do. And
I love the guy.
And I'll be honest too. I do play it up a little bit, for the show. But
oh God.
What did he do now?
I'm sorry, I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. He just said he has no desire to meet Bruce Springsteen.
I don't.
Total lie.
No, I really don't.
Let me tell you something. He would give his left testicle to meet Bruce Springsteen.
Agreed.
If you could, he's such a. I can't believe he said that.
You are fired.
On the air. Even Kaplan, you would give up your most prized possession to give up Bruce Springsteen.
No, I wouldn't. I'd rather spend an evening with Pam than Bruce, and that's not a sexual thing. I would rather.
But that's a stalker. You know what his family looks like. I don't know what Billy Joel's sister looks like.
But she's in the public eye. She's at every show. She's not at the show. Billy Joel's sister's probably in a sanitarium somewhere.
Listen, I know you. I know you a long time. I never thought you would lie. All right, this is a bold-faced lie, and I think Tony will agree with me. All right, you would die to meet Bruce Springsteen.
No.
You would pay money to meet Bruce Springsteen.
No.
If Bruce Springsteen's agent turned around and says, you can meet Bruce Springsteen, it was going to cost you $1,000, you pony up those 10 fucking Benjamins in 3 seconds.
You drove 9 hours to see him. Yes, you would.
Because
I agree with that. You would pay $1,000 to meet him.
You have to understand.
Absolutely.
Both of
Absolutely.
you sons of bitches.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
My addiction is his energy and his music, not him. I don't care. Oh, hey, Bruce, nice to meet you. Give him a hug, take a picture. Okay, big deal. And that would be it. Pam, that would be a lasting memory. that meant more to me. It did. It meant more to me meeting his sister than even if I befriended her. I'll get you backstage. Okay, all right.
But if you were walking out of that if you're walking and Bruce himself walked out, you'd be saying all this same thing. You'd be saying, what an experience, what a moment I had with Bruce. You'd be all giddy.
Not really, I don't think. I'd be like, yeah, I met Bruce. I got a picture of him. See?
You're more happy to meet his sister, who biggest claim to fame is playing a cheerleader in a movie 40 years ago.
And taking pictures.
Than the man himself.
Yeah, I don't even know what she does for a living.
I'm not buying this, John.
I don't believe you. I would tell you. All right?
Stay in Florida and leave me alone, because I'm telling you, it's the God's honest truth.
And let me tell you something. You called me an asshole. I heard you call me an asshole. You'll pay for that, Kaplan. Believe me when I tell you. You call me an asshole on the air. You'll pay for that. Wait till I get your darling girlfriend Trish.
I don't recall saying that.
You don't have to recall. It's on tape. It's on tape, and I have the greatest witness in the world. I have Mr. Tony Walker.
Oh, but he's called a scumbag, liar, fuckface.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah, but he's not denying any of that stuff. That you know.
Well, all right. You know what? I admit I called you an asshole, but that's how I felt at the moment.
At the moment, listen.
It's a long moment, by the way.
I was going to say, finish the show. All right, I'm still watching. All right, it's painful, but I'm still watching. Goodbye.
It's painful. This is one of the best shows you ever saw in your whole life, there, Rusiello. There.
You're no Diane, let me tell you.
No, I am not. No.
Oh, speaking of lovely women, Chris Thomas, she got totally screwed by the Cars guy. Oh, that goes back to her talking about the Cars. Really? How did she get screwed by the Cars?
She
guy?
did. He
didn't he used to beat her up or something?
Yeah, he was very hard on her, and then she got nothing from him.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And they were actually married, right? Not just living together.
No, they were married.
She got nothing.
They
out
were
of him?
actually married for a
long time.
Yeah.
And she got no
she
money,
got
nothing.
Screwed, no offense.
Wow. And how is that?
They must have had a prenup or something. She has her own money.
I was going to say I think she's done it right for herself.
Supermodel, yeah.
Polina
Polizkovoka.
What was that?
That was Russian?
Oh, is that what you call it?
I think that's what she is. She's Polish or something.
Fremder, yeah, I think she's Polish. Who would have thought that one of the best places on Long Island to go watch a sports game has turned into a cult gathering arena? All right, Fremder said that.
Yeah,
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word. Oh, how did he become a Jew cat? Don't ask me how. That's pretty good. It's so bad, but funny.
Meow.
Mickey's watching. Good morning, Mickey. Cat you. God bless you. Just like a camera and a condom, they both capture the moment. Security at the airport. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm going to have to search the landing strip. Oh, there's Carol. She is gorgeous and letting herself age, which is nice to see these days. Wasn't left a thing by Rick. There you go. Yeah, she is gorgeous. She is letting herself go, and she does. She looks fantastic. Whenever that comes up, I always think of the movie not As Good as It Gets, but it's another Nicholson movie. Him and Diane Keaton.
Diane Keaton is beautiful.
Well, that's the thing. She gets naked in this movie, and it's stunning. Like you see head to toe, and she was easily in her 60s in this movie.
You know why she said
the name of that movie?
You know why she says she looks so good?
Why?
Never been married.
Really?
Yeah. As she makes a joke out of it, yeah.
Jeff Bosey, what's the plural for moose? I don't know why
Moose.
Why is he saying that? If Mike got Springsteen's sister pregnant, the baby will be born in the USA. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Mickey says he'd love to meet John. I would love to meet Mike. What?
Who?
I would like to meet John. I would love to meet Mike and give him a kiss on his bald head. That's from Mickey. And then Rusiello says ditto.
Who's Mickey?
Mickey Delaney.
Delaney.
Mickey is in the Seattle.
That's a great name.
He's in the Seattle area.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's been watching us for years. Yeah, he's a good boy. John Rusiello, thanks, Ann. Oh, Ann said it was nice to hear John call in. And then John is thanking Ann. It's all in fun. Mike is my best friend, and I have a very high regard for Tony. Likewise, pal.
Who John? John's the man. Yeah.
If Mike
Love
ever
you, John.
comes in one day, hunched over with a limp, smelling like balls, you know he met Bruce Springsteen.
Who said that?
Fremder said that. And Bosey's now yelling at me because you're trying to find out the plural for paparazzi. What does that have to do with moose?
I don't know.
I'm very confused.
I have a question. So I'm working in the store the other day. I know we have to go in a few minutes.
We're good.
So this lady is making eyes at me. She's like, you look like Billy Joel.
Was it Pam? Did she really say that?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
So I said, oh, you like Billy Joel, this, that, and the other. She goes, my husband is the drummer for Mike, Del Judas. What's his name?
Well, he's got a few drummers. His main drummer is...
Because I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember what the guy...
The last name is Sorrentino. That's his main drummer. He has a few drummers.
He's got a few drummers.
Sorrentino.
But she said he has played with Billy.
then yeah, that's probably Mike. I think his name is Mike. I think it's Mike Sorrentino. I think that's his name.
She shops at a thrift store. Which I thought was the funniest thing. Your husband has played with Billy Joel.
Oh, all these guys. Well, not Mike,
And
but all the other guys.
She said he was the main drummer for Mike.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Right?
All these other guys, they have real jobs. Like Mike makes a living, obviously, but not the rest of the band. They don't make. Well, I take that back. They don't make a living from playing with Mike. Some of the guys in Mike's band play, like his saxophone. His main sax player is Diana Ross's sax player. His main keyboard player is also Alexa Joel's keyboard player. And a lot of these guys play like in Broadway shows and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are professional musicians.
Yeah.
The drummer, I'm not positive, but I don't think he is a professional musician. I'm not positive.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Billy Joel's drummer, Chuck Berge, he sometimes plays with Mike. So I don't know if you met Mrs. Berge, but I don't think he's a Long Island guy.
She was younger than I was, so she's at a thrift store looking for $3 jewelry. And I shouldn't make fun because she seemed like a very nice lady.
Yeah, all right. That was pretty funny. Good thing I made my list today of stuff to talk about because we covered none of it. But that's fine.
Zippo.
Actually, I take that back. We did the Trump stuff.
Oh.
So, yeah, we did all that. So, yeah, if you're in the area.
That's big news today, actually.
Yeah. Mike Keegan.
Really stay away from that area.
I know Mike Keegan said he was going to try and get over there. Yeah, if you're in this area, if you know where Governor's is and you're traveling.
Because how far is it down that way?
It's only maybe 2 miles.
That's all it is?
I would not go any further west. And if you live west of Nassau Coliseum, I would not go past Hempstead today. I would not go east of Hempstead. It's going to be crazy traffic. It already is. Like I said, as of 8 or 9 this morning, the Meadowbrook Parkway was already backed up. What's the matter?
Nothing.
I was telling somebody the other day, I forget who, that you had this weird fascination with the foam of the microphone.
I've often told people that I use my hands a lot. And I'm always touching things, and I'm a very sensory guy, and it does have an odd feel.
All right, well, time to go.
Well,
thrift stores
stage left.
Thrift stores are great, says Fremder. I used to get my condoms there.
What?
Awful. All right, it's time to go. There is nothing on the rest of the day on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. But join us tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff tomorrow. We have coffee with the dog at 9 a.m.
You actually have coffee with him?
I don't.
Oh.
But some people do. Frank will be here tomorrow. Oh, Dan Kopkow is returning tomorrow. Dan Kopkow was with us about a month ago.
Kopkow? Like
yeah.
Jewcat.
The Jewcat Kopkow. Well, that's a mouthful. Dan Kopkow is the author of the book Madcap Rendezvous. Madcap Serenade. Fuck. Why do I always screw the name of that book up? Are you all right? What the hell is going on there?
That's a little bit by Curly Howard. You never saw that? He put a beer on the guy gave him a beer, and he was like,
Join Dan and Frank and myself tomorrow. He put a book out. He was here like a month ago. He's returning tomorrow. He was on Coffee with the Dog, I think it was yesterday. And I'm going to ask him about that because it looked like a painful experience. So, joining me and Frank tomorrow is Dan Kopkow. Then tomorrow night, what do we got tomorrow night? Circling the Drain tomorrow night. And then me and Andy on Friday. Of course, Coffee with the Dog on Friday. Don Sill on Friday. So, what's the matter? Oh, great author, says John. Oh, very nice. Wishing everyone a great day, says Ann. See you on the next one. See you on the next one, Ann. And, of course, don't forget all the great stuff happening with Governors. What's going on this weekend? Tom Green is here this weekend.
Tom Green, the guy that was married to Drew Barrymore?
Yeah. He's here this weekend.
Is he funny?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's funny. Eric Tartaglione will be here this weekend. Gibran Salim is playing a Governor's stage this weekend. Mike Burton, Joe DeVito, Terry McNeely, Mike Tanzi, Chuck Fox, Tony Landolfi. Just some of the names you'll see on a governance stage this weekend.
Sorry.
Go to govs.com. You need an ambulance? What?
Okay.
Go to govs.com, make your reservations to see some great shows at Governors, including Knockem Dead Comedy next Friday, the 27th. Please get tickets. Please make reservations. The very next night, in the Giga Room, Knockem Dead, we're doing a game show. Don't forget Claudia Sherman and Gretchen Kammer, the Down and Outs, in October. Don't forget the Clash of the Boroughs, Mike Pacchetti and Greg Criticos and friends. That's in November. Also in November, if you're in England, go see Elio. He's performing his original material for the first time in, I think, 11 or 12 years. And then, again, Knockem Dead Comedy at McGuire's in Bohemia in December. So, again, go to govs.com, make your reservations to all these great comedy shows. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to find out our full schedule and how you can hire us for your private party, your fundraiser, your corporate event, whatever you got going on. Audience interactive comedic game shows and murder mysteries. So there you go. We are out of here. Thank you, pal.
Thank you.
See you next week. Probably.
Yes.
Possibly.
Well, if my mother goes to heaven.
Well, true.
Jesus Christ, you're a cold-hearted bastard.
I didn't say it. You did.
John Rusiello said it.
Yeah. He says to Ann, have a great day. Look at John. He's hitting on Ann now. Have a great day, Ann. They're vibing.
They're vibing.
They're vibing. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, pal.
Stay classy.
Fuck you, San Diego. Isn't that what you were doing?
No. Boomer Esiason says that.
Says that?
He says that.
He says that.
He says that.
What am I doing over here?
He says that.
Oh, okay. I got it. All right. There we go. Goodbye.